All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize thy wings. Surely I cleave your eyes. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel I like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today we have two very, very important guests. We have none other than Chef Errol Sinclair from TAPIOCA Village and Retreat. He's going to be cooking up a storm for us this morning. Going to walk us through how to prepare the different dishes. We know today is also Thanksgiving, so a lot of you are in the kitchen as well. And we have with us this morning as well Malachi Smith. Yes, Malachi Smith is here with us, and he is going to be talking to us and telling us how he got started in the business of, becoming one of the most famous and talk about poet out of Jamaica. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
As I travel alone, they say I'm nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing. Oh, I wish they could see. Blessings on me. Thank you, Jesus. I know that I'm not wealthy, and these clothes, they're not new. I don't have much money, but Lord, I have you. To me, You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. I know that I'm not wealthy, and these clothes, they're not new. I don't have much money, but Lord, I have you. To me, that's all that matters. Oh, I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me.
Yes, the beautiful voice of Glacier Robinson. Thank you, Lord, for your blessing on me. You know, today is Thanksgiving, so we want to wish all of you
Oh yes.
a joyful day. Whatever you're going to do, make sure you do it with less crowd. And, you know, whatever you can do, just do it, but try not to, to get infected.
It is. It is virtual times now.
Yeah, some people doing it virtual, but some people still want to be in the physical, touching and thing like that. So, morning, Flavors,
Yeah.
what's happening in your neck of the woods?
Morning, Franco. Morning, listeners. Morning, viewers. Well, the weatherman yesterday said that there are no adverse weather systems in the Caribbean at the moment. But people like me in the northeast of Jamaica will get rain this morning. So we have rain this morning, but I expect by midday the sun should be pushing out. There are no systems around, that will affect us. Just the regular rain that we normally have, daytime heating and all that. So the place will get a little dry up, which we need. One day we're balling for rain, the next day we want to dry out. So we have to just take everything as it comes, And of course, the crime is pushing up again. Murders are pushing up again. Some gruesome ones.
Yeah,
that the minister
I
is saying-
hear a little 6-year-old was among some of the victims.
Yeah, man, they killed that grandmother and her 2 grandchildren, and the minister is saying that it's some contract killing situation. I don't know what we are headed for. And then I think the government announced their plans for the holidays. I think they have moved the curfew from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. But on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I think New Year's Day, they bring it back down to 7 o'clock. So the shoppers and the merchants will have an extra hour during the, from now until Christmas. So hope that will help them. Hope that will help all of us. But I hope that the people can be responsible, man. Can be responsible and keep their discipline. I don't know what they're saying about. I don't think we can have any parties or anything like that. I think those are out of bound now. But people always sneak away and have their fun same way. And COVID will fly up. It's amazing that we don't seriously. A lot of us are not taking this thing serious.
Yeah, treat
This is the problem.
in Jamaica good yet, man. You know, eat
Well,
Jamaican.
please, please,
Please.
We cannot afford for it to eat us any more than it's eating us.
Right here, so 80 to 85% of the hospitals are packed. And not to mention ICU wards. So, you know that go. A
Yeah, but
lot
you
of
remember that
people
we don't have many,
fight. Exactly, that's what I'm
we don't
saying.
have
So
many hospitals,
if it's
and we
like,
don't
if
have
it's bad in
many
the States, then how comes you guys are
personnel.
going to manage it? You know, I don't know how they're going to manage it.
No, we can't. If it comes worse than it is, no, we can't manage it. Cannot manage it because the sorry, yeah, we cannot manage it because we just don't have the resources. We just do not have the resources. So we have to do the right thing. Tada your yard. Use up your phones. You know, you have WhatsApp now and you have all kind of Zoom and Messenger. All these things, all you need is
Hey, Flavors.
electricity.
Flavors, how many times we been saying it and other people been saying it and the numbers just keep going up. That means these people they don't care. Some
Yeah.
some
But you
people
see,
are being
our
cautious,
problem
some
again, you know,
don't. So I mean, it's
our
not
problem
that they are
again,
not being educated
yeah, but
about the
our problem,
situation.
yeah, but our problem again, you know, is that we can always say you can use all these different platforms, you know. But our internet is in the dumps, so most of us can't use them.
It's not a matter of
That's a
using the
major
internet
problem.
either, but I mean, come on. They know what's going on around the world. They have
No, we don't have.
newspaper, you have news station, you have radio station, you have people that bell it out every day. These people just
No.
don't take it
I'm not
serious.
talking about. I'm not talking about getting the news out. The news is out. Everybody knows it. But for the people who want to contact their relatives, a lot of them don't have the facility like people in the United States or Canada would have, because our internet is a Kingston thing, really. Basically, it's really bad. So you know, people just have to be more disciplined, more than disciplined, to know that, well, this Christmas we just definitely cannot see grandma. You send what you can send to her or him, grandfather, and that's about it. It's better for everybody if we run things like that. But to go and spend a day and hug up the grandkids and all that, not now. Not now at all.
It's a world thing.
It's
Anyway,
not a
we
good.
gotta do did you know? We gotta do did you know? And then
Yes, sir.
we're on the Caribbean Base Initiative, or did you know? So we have to
Yeah,
do that.
Caribbean Basin Initiative is an instrument that is used in the whole Caribbean-US relationship. So, Alison, take it away.
Today we will continue with the Caribbean Basin Initiative. If approved, it then goes to the Senate, and if approved there, is recommended to the President for signature. As a bipartisan bill, it should have a relatively easy passage through the House. However, this is not guaranteed, and a lobbying effort is required from the Caribbean countries, which are now the primary beneficiaries. The Guyanese American Chamber of Commerce out of South Florida has already called on the US and Guyanese business communities to support the bill. The US Chambers of Commerce operating in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, as well as other private sector groups in Jamaica and other Caribbean countries, should also be rallying to support this bill. It seems to me that the bill has to be considered and adopted in Congress to be signed by the President by September 2019. In a previous article on the renegotiation of the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, I had also suggested a review of the revised NAFTA, which is now the US, Mexico and Canada, USMC, agreement, as I do believe that there is a link between the NAFTA and CBPTA as it relates to rules of origin. It is reported that CEBRA, and CBTPA is still having a positive impact on exporters and importers of goods from the Caribbean. Note that Caribbean goods enter the U.S. market receiving preferential treatment under CBRA and CBTPA, CBI, the Generalized System of Preferences, GSP, and the WTO, MFN. I am of the view that it is important for the Caribbean beneficiaries to retain the CBRA and CBTPA. Trading under WTO, MFN conditions. This is not an attractive or real option for CARICOM countries, as it would result in regional exporters paying WTO. Most favored nation, MFN, rates for goods currently benefiting from CBI tariff preferences, thereby reducing what little margin of competitiveness they currently enjoy in the U.S. market. Trading under the U.S. Generalized System of Preferences, GSP. The U.S. GSP was created in 1974 and provides duty-free, non-reciprocal access to the U.S. market for a number of goods from 131 designated beneficiary countries, including 44 least developed countries, LDCs. In March 2018, President Trump signed legislation to renew it to March 2020. Similar to the CBI, the GSP's unilateral nature still adds an element of uncertainty for traders. The rules of origin under the GSP are also stricter than those under the CBI. While some U.S. imports from CBI countries do enter the U.S. market under the GSP, these are much less than those entering otherwise duty-free, under CBI and HOPE Act tariff preferences, and under WTO, Most Favored Nation, MFN, terms. Additionally, not all CBI countries are GSP-designated countries. For example, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago were graduated and are no longer eligible for preferences under the GSP. Acceding to CAFTA-DR FTA. Acceding to an existing U.S. FTA, such as the CAFTA-DR, may be another possible option. Under Article 22.6, accession, of the CAFTA-DR, any country or group of countries may accede to the agreement subject to such terms and conditions as may be agreed between such country or countries and the Commission, and the following approval by the applicable legal procedures of each party and acceding country. I am Alison Goodness, with today's Did You Know?
Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. Gonna get ready and link up with Chef Sinclair. We're gonna be calling Mr. Sinclair, and I'm telling you, stick around, don't go nowhere, because you want to hear this. Yes. Each and every Thursday at this time, we have Cook and Curry. And of course, Our favorite chef is here, Mr. Errol Sinclair, the man, the head chef at TAPIOCA Village and Retreat, St. Mary, Jamaica. You know, just when you come around Castleton Garden, maybe another 4-6 miles down the road. TAPIOCA. All right, chef. Morning, how you doing?
Good morning, Franco.
How the family this morning?
Morning, Chef.
Good morning, Flavors. Good morning, listeners and viewers worldwide. The family doing well.
All right. Glad to know. So now we get that out the way. Go ahead.
No, and I should also say happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. We have a lot to give thanks for.
Oh yes. Whether it's big or it's small, you know, as my mother always say, you have to give thanks for small parcel.
Yes.
Yeah. Small mercies, yeah.
So what you have for us today now? What do you have for us
all
today?
Right. Big discussion on the festive season. As a matter of fact, this is Thanksgiving. And we're taking it from the people who can still go out and do the things they used to do before COVID, and some of the people who have to cut back for whatever reason, but we want to still show them they can use simple things to create that festivity around the house and for the family. And like in Jamaica, once there's festivity, there is the goat. In your country, once there's festivity, there comes the turkey. Turkey is just part of your tradition.
Yes, the turkey.
So we start with your turkey. And we're talking about today roast. Because this is when the menu look different, the kitchen smell different, a lot of roasting going on and baking. So we just run through a couple of the things that might end up on the table during this time.
Okay.
The turkey is always there, and for the persons who can't not afford a whole turkey now, I can still tell you can buy just a leg, full turkey leg, thigh and leg on, and you can still bake that, roast that, and you're still having turkey. You just don't have the whole turkey. Or you can pull down to a chicken, and if you live alone, I'll just tell you, I just want one chicken, fine, or you have multiples of chickens. So we have gone through the turkey, the chicken, and there's another little chicken you might see in your supermarket over there named Cornish hen. Ever come across that one?
I heard of it, but I can't remember.
Yes, I have.
That's it weighs about a pound.
Okay.
Average, little over a pound. And that's a whole bird. And then there's a popular lamb. And whatever you can do with lamb, you can do it with goat. Or you can do it with deer, because they're the same family. So roast leg of lamb, or lamb chops. And you can do the same roast. Come again?
With mint sauce.
With mint sauce. It traditionally served with mint sauce. Or mint jelly. Because mint jelly is sweet.
Yeah.
I remember we said we have a sweet tooth. So the Jamaicans will choose the mint sauce, the mint jelly over the mint sauce. And the mint sauce is
okay.
Right. So, as I say, whatever you can do with the lamb, you can do it with goat too. And we will get back to that.
Okay.
Then for the Chinese around who love duck, the Chinese love their duck.
Oh yeah.
And the other
Oh yes.
nationality we have duck too. So duck can be roast as well. Or if you prefer, you want that beef butt, beef rib, the rib cut. That's another lovely roast. And for the pork eaters around us, don't leave them out. They will choose to at you. Yeah, you can do a pork leg, right? Or the pork rib as well. Or if the family big enough, you can roll a.
I have a very important question before you go on.
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, ask
What's
it.
the difference between roast and bake and broil?
Roast and bake. Alright, it's generally
broil.
Okay. Let me take the most unusual one first. The broil, the flame is above the product you are broiling. So the flame is above.
Okay.
Right. So you're cooking from top. And then in broiling you have to be very careful and very skilled. You must know when to turn. And in most cases the meat has to be properly basted. So you have to make sure you take the juices and put on top. So that is broiling. Now baking is really dry heat, but when you're roasting, you start out by a higher temperature because you need to sear the meat, whatever it is, even the turkey. You start out and get to seal it on the outside, and then you cut the flame, and in some cases you cover the turkey itself, especially the legs and the wings. If you don't protect them, they're going to cook first. And the other, especially the thigh. The thigh of the turkey is the part that cooks longer to be finished. And that's where you test it from to know that the turkey is ready. You stick in the thigh and it's plain juice coming out, the turkey is ready. So the breast cooks quick. So you cover the breast at all times until near to finishing time. Then you take the cover off, and which is foil wrap, so that you get that uniform color. So it takes some knowing that you seal first, then the slower period 350, bring your temperature down to 325 thereabout, and slow cooking. Bring it to completion. So, and as I say, you can do a whole pig, and we call them piglets, and it depends on the size. That pig, it shouldn't pass 120 pounds to do it all. And it's the old popular ham. And you have hams that are made from chicken. So if you could very well order a chicken ham. And I'm not leaving out fish. You can bake now a whole fish, right? A whole big 10-pound fish or 20-pound fish or 30-pound fish. And later we'll go back to what you can do to stuff them if you want to. Right? So let's go back up to the turkey. Because the turkey and the chicken are same relatives. The turkey meat is only firmer. So it's more care. And you would season with your favorite season. it depends on tradition, nationality. But some basic things are always there. Your onion, your garlic. There are persons who will prefer celery on it or some other stuff. But for we Jamaican, our thyme, scallion, garlic, onion, and scotch bonnet pepper is always evident there. And for those who like hotter pepper, we have them too, even the bird pepper. And at 10 pound to 20 pound turkey will take you on average 2 hours or more. As I say, you start out getting it sealed, and you'll be basting. And flavors, you must know what basting is. You move the juice with a spoon over, and you cover again.
Over, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we went on to the chicken. Now, you're stuffing while the roasting process is happening. You would be doing up stuffing for the whole turkey, the whole chicken, because they can be stuffed. And there are some quick stuffing for even novice. Bread cubes is quite alright. And that's bread slices. You cut them up in cubes, and with some chicken stock or broth. And we always say you should have some stock in your fridge, in your freezer. You have it frozen, so you can always bring it forward. And you would have your spices again, your celery, your onion, your garlic, your scallion, your pepper again. And you bring it to a consistency which is pliable. And just before the turkey is finished to come out the oven, when you stick the thigh, you mean you're looking at it now, the color is okay. So to show that it is completely cooked, you stick the thigh with a fork or a skewer, and it's oil coming out, no blood. Then, you know, the turkey is ready or the chicken is ready. You can stuff it. Then, I remember the stuffing I talk about. The easy one is the breadcrumb. You can be using cooked rice as well. You can be using Irish potato, which is boiled and crushed. You can be using sweet potato. And for Jamaica, we could be using yam or dashi. You could mix all of them a variation. You call that flavor special, and stuff your turkey and your chicken.
Chef.
And you're ready to go.
Chef, let me ask you a question, because I remember when I used to work at this restaurant, and during this time of the season, people used to bring turkey for us to bake for them.
All right.
And the guy who used to be the chef there, he used to have a thing where he called bean sauce.
Right.
So he would use some of those stuffings and mix them up in the bean sauce. And then use the bean sauce with, rub it up inside of the belly of the turkey before them start stuff it. So I'm saying the bean sauce, and which is true because at the time I used to eat the turkey, the bean sauce give it the flavor inside it, because I'm telling you, give the flavor.
Well, it come down to your nationality, and all of that the taste you're either accustomed to or like for yourself.
Okay.
Right? So, you mean you could have somebody who just crazy about that bean sauce. You have another person who crazy about pineapple.
Okay.
And they would want pineapple into whatever. And for us now, we have so much other fruits that we can do. It can be mango flavor. It can be tamarind and guava. It can be so much flavor. For Jamaica, we can blow your mind with flavors. Right?
Absolutely.
And matter of fact, there is one which is very unusual. Using the melon skin. Blend the melon skin can give you a flavor that is hard to define.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Hard to define.
So you're telling me now.
Somebody might say, this tastes good, but what is this really?
So if you blend up the melon skin, you can use the melon skin with your stuffing?
And you can use it with your stuffing. You can use it. You can use it in your sauces.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a variation just using that unique and unusual taste.
Okay.
Yes. So again, it's up to you and what you like.
I am more thinking now of seasoning up some stuff with melon skin and blend it up with the sauce.
You can do that. Blend it.
Like blend it with my jerk sauce.
Now you come. All right. So you have gotten one there.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, and the pig also can be stuffed with a stuffing made of whatever is available, whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
All of the products, sweet potato, dasheen, yam, all of them can end up with that broth, as I told you, to bring them together. I remember where the broth coming from again, remember? Right, either from a chicken base, a pork base, a beef base, or just a vegetable base.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. And you have that ready to go. The lamb now, lamb leg is popular, but the lamb, the goat, and the deer, they don't have much fat on them, so you have to either bring fat from somewhere, and in some cases you can use chicken fat to base it while it's being done, or you're going to go in there very often and base it yourself from the juice coming out.
Okay.
Right. So again, once it's done, and it's like how you taste cake, you stick the skewer and you see if there's any residue on it. Because you don't want it to overcook and you don't want it to undercook. Right? And as Favor said, your lamb, again, your sausage, the sausage we talked about the other day, you can do your variation of your flavors depending on what you like. Right? But in traditional gourmet setting, lamb goes with mint sauce, and the sweeter version is mint jelly. It looks like jam. You find it in the supermarket, but it's little sweeter. For the duck now, duck is generally served with orange sauce. I don't know where it came from, but the popular thing is roast duck with orange sauce. But again, for us, with so much flavors and so much color in our skin, we can say, no, we want jackfruit. We just want ginger and sorrel. So that's another strong flavor, That's
sorrel?
Sorrel, yeah.
So how would you add the sorrel to it?
No, man, you had it to your sauce. You would have your basic sauce,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had the turkey sauce.
Okay.
Right? And you can add guava jam to it.
Mm.
I mean, and that's another kick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? So it depends on what you want, because all the flavors are there. The pineapple is there, the jam is there, the ginger is there, the sorrel is there. Yes. But all the sauce is coming from the base, the stock to the sauce, and then after the sauce is there, you can now alternate the flavor to suit yourself.
Okay. It's interesting.
And duck and pork always go with a sweetish sauce.
A sweetish sauce, okay.
Yeah, sweetish.
Yeah, that's it. That's why the Chinese have the duck sauce so sweet.
Yes. And I tell you, all the Chinese balance their thing. I mean, salt and sugar.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Exercise your taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
So the pork now can be the leg, or it can be the rib. No, for the rib now, you might have somebody who say, no, me want barbecue and my rib, I don't want what you having.
Mm-hmm.
Want mine with barbecue sauce. I remember, up the line, you can decide to put barbecue sauce on the turkey if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It can work. Remember, this sauce is what carries your entree, your main stuff. What flavor you had the sauce to. When you see a lovely menu written with all the description of the sauces, it just make you hungry. Yeah, because that's where the attraction is. So, beef now is generally virgin, ital, straight. You don't do too much variation with the beef. You can get into trouble. Unless you add in a wine. And in this case, you'll be using red wine. And for us, we can use our cheap wine in our favor. But you can use the wine to base it while you're cooking. If that's what you want, you can, when the roast is almost finished, you can add wine as a base. So when you slice your turkey, it would be turkey plus a kick of wine. And for the turkey, you'll be using white wine. But for the beef now, you'll be using red wine. And we had. Oh, you were saying about the ham now. The hams that are being made now, the official hams, they will tell you you don't need to cook them. You don't need to boil them because they're so tender already. The ham that is done from scratch, you mean where we buy the pork leg ourselves and do it, it needs a little time to boil. Then you would cool, and then you would add your rub. And the rub is generally made up of sugar and cloves and pineapple juice, or as I say, any other flavor. Rub it into it, and then you bake again. And when the cooking process is getting near to complete, because you'll be sticking every now and then you go and check. Then you have to take the cover off and allow it to get a golden, lovely color.
Golden cross.
Yes, the color must be pretty. Presentation. And we normally cut the fat and in a fashion cut. So when it's finished, it's lovely to the eye.
Oh, okay.
And that's for right. And that's enough for fish.
Mm-hmm.
You can roast a whole fish same way. It's the only one with the fish now. The fish will stick to the container. So it's suited to grease the fish before you put it in that container, in that roast pan, and you grease the foil that you're going to put over it so that it doesn't stick and you can take it off and the fish still looks nice and good. Fish cooks quick. So you just need that 350 to start it, and then you will bring that temperature down in 10-15 minutes, and I'll allow it to cook until it is ready again. You stick, and then you take off that cover and you finish it open so that it gets a lovely color. The fish does well again with a sauce on the side, and it can be anything. It can be flavored up any way, depends on your taste. The fish does well with lime, lemon, any one of those citrus, right? And plenty pepper, of course. For Jamaicans, we like to taste that in there. And that's your fish, and you can put on a display, and that's your meat part of your Christmas setting. For the persons who like flavors, who might like a good steak. Flavors, they eat a good steak?
Flavors is a steak, man.
In a long time.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I used to.
And this is festive season.
Yeah.
Come again?
No, I say I used to eat steak.
Okay.
In a long time.
Okay, well, fine. I mean, you're just treating yourself this time. So, but your steaks again go by your choice. And everybody have their choice of steak. The popular choices normally are filet mignon, which is a steak that cooks quickly on the grill, and how you order it. It is done just about dinner time, serving time. It's not done before like the turkey and all of those. The steak is done right there, and in some cases we do it right beside your table. And you say how you want your steak. Rare, medium rare, well done, you tell us. And that's grilled. And you don't need an expensive grill to do it. You can do it in a frying pan. And your steak, if you're buying in filet, because the filet mignon come off of what is called in the shop the tenderloin, right? And a steak is normally 6 to 8 ounces for each person, right? And it's roundish, cylindrical, and it can be served with easy way, sliced sauteed onions and alone, or you can add mushroom, or there are some other sauces. You mean Bernese and Hollandaise and all of those things. And that's when you're going real fancy. And you would have your wine standing by Franco.
Mm-hmm.
And then another steak that you could have for this festive season is ribeye, porterhouse, sirloin. One of the steak that used to be popular in Jamaica years ago was T-bone.
Okay. As the people eat a lot of steak with potatoes too as well.
Yes, T-bone.
Okay.
And then now there's a steak for two. So come on, we normally push the cart to your table. Mr. and Mrs. Flavius and Mr. and Mrs. Flavius. And this is a Chateau brand. So this is a old tenderloin cooked and come to the table, and then we carve it at the table. Right? and that is known as a Chateau brand. It's the same in Philly, like the Philomena, but this is now done up for 2 persons. Come to the table and you slice it right there.
Okay.
So, it sounds like we're into a dinner now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the wines always in and around it, and for the person who are not having alcoholic wine, there are a lot of non-alcoholic or just your.
What's the best non-alcoholic wine you can recommend?
Well, the best non-alcoholic wine is the drinks that we make from our fruits, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, with sorrel, with guava, with tamarind, with good old lemonade. That's all you can afford. Yes, man. Slice up some lime and throw in it and make it look fancy. Yes, that you have. But on the side now, with these protein I talked about a while ago, macaroni and cheese, and that is now popular in Jamaica. When we take something, you know, we own it, you know, and we add all variations to it. And next time they see it, it don't look the same way again.
We enhance it.
Yeah, man, that's how we stay.
Enhance it, yeah.
We have even done something to the traditional potato salad. We have now gone breadfruit salad, yam salad, sweet potato salad, and throw all kind of stuff into it and make it different. Okay, go ahead.
I've tasted the yam salad before.
Yeah.
And that one good. I went to some people from Trelawney. And it was during the time when Usain Bolt was mashing up the scene. I went to a yam party.
Yes, of course.
And the first time I saw something like that was at the Yam Festival in Jamaica back in 2000.
Yeah.
But this one now was in 2008 now. And they had all of these yam pudding, yam potato salad, yam salad. I was like, what the hell is all of these? Yam, everything out of yam, you know, but it was good. It was good. That's the first time I had yam as a potato salad.
If I just had
salad, put it as a salad, yam salad.
Yeah. If I just had to that, you know, the forage club of which I'm a part, each parish gets a product, and you pick on sometimes it's what's left that you have to work with. The clubbers of each parish will end up with a product, and say in this case it's yam, and you need to come up with all the things that you can imagine from yam.
Okay.
And you're going to find ice cream. You're going to find cake. You're going to find bun. You're going to find bread.
Yam ice cream.
Yeah, yam ice cream. You're going to find. You're going to find skincare products. You're going to find everything. Our clubbers are that good.
Whoa.
So, after COVID, I will certainly invite you to see our clubbers on display with these stuff.
Okay.
Yes. So, we continue in what we can serve as the side. We can, if that is all you have, I'm going to give you a fancy name and then I tell you exactly what it is. Polenta. Polenta, which is cornmeal.
Okay.
We grew up know it as turned cornmeal. And that's all you have. But when you do that, you mean, and we all know how to turn cornmeal. You start it with the water, boil, and then you turn till you get all of the liquid out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can add whatever you want to it. You can add raisin to it. You can add fruits and what to it and create this festivity.
Yeah, I used to say my family members them had red peas to it.
Right.
You know, they would boil the peas and then throw in the peas into it and mix it. That
You can add.
I never liked
You
to
can
see
OTE apple to it.
What?
Matter of fact, the OTE apple you would have simmered it in some sugar before.
Mm-hmm.
Or even your jackfruit, you can dice up your jackfruit, stew it in sugar, drain that off, and add it
I've
to the snow.
never seen those things yet, but since you mentioned it, I can imagine.
The possibilities are wide.
Before
Jamaican.
before you go, I want to ask you something. Since you were touching on all of these different meats and the fish and things like that, and I know we're not leaving them out, but you know, just before you leave, somebody who's a vegetarian now and come to like your Thanksgiving dinner today. What would one of the food kind you have out there for them other than a fish? If say the person is a vegan.
Well, like we had spoken the last time around, you can use most of the products that we have. You mean all of the legumes?
Yeah.
You can use them to create stew, ball. You mean the Indian have a popular one, the roti, with whatever filling. And most of the time, they're either from jackfruit, vegetables of all kinds, and
you can
create a flair.
So cabbage, anything that you have in vegetable style.
Yes.
Okay, from the vegetable.
We have a group that is introducing people to eat healthy, and they will be here this weekend. And these are the things we're doing. The only thing they will have is fish. But everything else is what, and it's things that are from the farm itself. Right?
Okay, Chef. Thank you for that, because today we're running a bit faster than how we normally go. Our pace is fast today, because
but the bottom line to all of this is, yes, these are traditional, but you can use what you have, decorate it nicely, sit at the table, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, man, I figure that. I know, and I know, you know, the leftovers, some leftovers is good. Because the turkey leftovers, I am not a fan of the turkey leftover, trust me. Even though some people crazy over it, but I'm not a fan.
Well, you're not a fan of that, but you mean, and that's where I go to. To each his own.
I would taste a piece, you know. That's it. I would taste a piece and enjoy that piece, but. To, you know, some people, they have it for the Friday and the Saturday and going back into the Sunday. No, can't eat too much.
No, but I'm picking up a point there. No, you need to change it to something else. You know, need to cut up those pieces and saute some other stuff and put with it and make it into something new.
Okay.
Yeah, man, make it into something new. It's not the same roast turkey anymore.
All right. Anyway, so thank you, Chef.
You're very welcome.
And next week we'll do it all over again.
Wait.
Yeah, we'll do it all over again, because every week you come with something interesting, and this week I'm telling you, for all of these people, I know they have something.
Tickle the imagination of the people and let them start. As a matter of fact, some of the things that used to be thrown out now, you mean, it get popular around the place.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Thank
then,
you.
Chef Errol Sinclair from TAPIOCA.
All the best.
All right.
You're welcome.
You have a good one, yeah.
You too.
Getting ready to link up with Malachi Smith.
Yeah, yeah. The world looks upon me as I travel along. They say I am nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing. Oh, I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. Thank you, Jesus. I know that I'm not wealthy, and these clothes, they're not new. I don't have much money, but Lord, I have you. To me, that's all that matters. Oh, I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yes, the music of Miss Glacier Robbins, my apology. We're going to bring in Malachi Smith, and he have an interesting story. Plus, he's going to give us some poem as well. So, if you got to get your drink, if you're going to refill, go ahead and refill. If not, sit back and relax and enjoy.
And I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Malachi Smith is an accomplished Jamaican writer of poetry and plays, and an actor, performing in his own plays and other productions in live theatre and on radio and television. He is a fellow of the University of Miami's Mitchner Caribbean Writers Institute, where he studied poetry under Lorna Goodison and playwriting under Fred D. Aguilar. The Real Stuff podcast welcome Malachi Smith.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Thanks to the Real Stuff podcast for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah, man, you're welcome.
Welcome.
We're glad to have you. I've been hearing about you for years.
Thank you. And I just want to commend your production. I've been listening for one line.
Yeah.
And I love the program, and the quality of it is awesome, you know?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. I would say A+ rating.
Yeah,
I'm saying the quality of your programming is excellent. I would say A+. The music. I also have a radio show, so I know about music, and it's beautiful. We tend to get carried away with the noise sometimes, but quality is missing, and it's so beautiful when you can tune into something and hear some quality. Beautiful.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
I love that.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes.
Every time.
For years.
I must tell you too that I when I heard Sharon, she's a very good friend of mine too.
Sharon
and when
Forrester.
I heard the double play, I called her and she was like, Malachi, the only reason why I picked up because I just lost my brother. And I'm like, wow. So condolences to her and her family as they go through that too,
Yes. Yeah, because
Yes.
I think the other day she was telling us about it, you know? Oh, yeah. Well, condolence go out to her and her family as well.
Yes.
As I have
Sister
been,
Sharon, yeah.
as I was about to say, for years I've been hearing about the eye. For years without it. I thought it was Uncle Muta alone in Jamaica was a poet, you know? Till all of
What
a
is
sudden.
a very interesting story, you know, because it's how the thing actually is. I know that Muta is a elder person for I, age wise and stuff. But I was at the School of Drama, Edna Manley, where the whole dub poetry thing started, and Muta wasn't there. It was Oko Onora, who started it. Mikey Smith, we had Mataumba, Noel Walcott, who was in that movie Mark for Death. Then you had my group, Poets in Unity, you know, and then you had even Gene Breeze came in after us. A lot of people don't really know that. So you had that Claudette Richardson, who is Claudette Pius now, was the original female dub poet in Jamaica back in those days. You know, so there's a lot of history there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never know, boss.
So you had like for argument's sake, like Yasa Safari.
I heard, I know a film.
Jonathan Tom.
Yeah, I know about
They used to come watch us. They used to come watch Poets in Unity in performance at Edna Manley.
Yeah.
So I was part of that outfit. So I've been there. Yeah, man.
So you've been around, man, for ages. That's what I'm saying. I always hear about that. I never see you in person. Never, just hear the poems all the time, but never see it. You know, until when I saw the text that Malachi is coming, I said, "Wow, finally!" I said, "This is big.
Yes.
This is big."
Never happened before the time, you know.
Yeah,
but it was surprising you said that too, because my group we did Sting, you know, we used to perform and Sting and stuff like that. We were the only poets at the time who were stepping into, like you'd say, dancehall medium and actually nicing it up, making the videos every year. Yeah, you know.
Okay. So we give the platform this morning. We give you the platform this morning to tell your story, you know, and we want to know how it all started. You know, because we know the journey is a long journey, and you're even more than a poet. You're also a writer. You write plays, you perform in your plays. I never knew you were that multi-talented.
Short story. Yeah, man, I did a number of plays. I was one of the stars in Stafford Harrison's, Ashanti Harrison's Unsung Heroes Out West with Zappo, Band, John Jones, Babandi, Winston Mackinoff, Earl 16, Bobby Smith, and them people, you know. So we did all of those productions, Rumi and Juliet at Drama School. Yes, man. Yes.
You go way back.
That may I tell you, man, I pull out some names, old school names, them there. them.
Yeah, man, we're very close, you know. You know. Pablo Moses was in that production too. Yeah, you know, we're way back. Yes.
You're kidding.
Pablo Moses.
Yeah,
man. Drummer, yeah.
That was a huge production. Yes, that was those stage at the Ward Theatre. Yeah.
So, what really kicked you off to start doing poetry first?
Okay, well, it started out. I would want to say by like two things. My grandmother had a church in our yard where I grew up in Central Village, St. Catherine, Assemblies of God. And every time they did like the concerts, you know, whenever I did my recitation, it was always like the church was on fire. You know, so I had this type of quality where, you know, it's very, very good, very dramatic, and so it became a natural. So one night I was walking and I found myself in very dark, and I was saying something like, we slaves, we hungry slaves, battered and bruised, conned and unshaved, you know, and I said it to one of my friends was at Jago at the time, and I said, boy, that's so nice, man, it's a poem, come and write it out. And, you know, then my elementary school, then they were going to publish a school magazine. So the headmistress, you know,
ask the students to write poems and stories and submit them for consideration. Well, I wrote 3 little poems, and all 3 were the only ones that ended up being published in the magazine. One of the teacher now took a liking to me, Mr. Finley, and he started telling me more about Claude McKay and giving me books on Claude McKay and kind of introducing me, and it grew out of that, so I started having a sense of a history, of my people, being very aware of our journeys and stuff like that. I'm very touched by human experiences, especially suffering, which was probably a quality that I acquired by being around my great grandfather, who was in Cuba for years, and when he came back to Jamaica, he was very ill.
Okay.
And I, in that home, I was like the closest friend to him, even though I was so young. So like if you wanted to shower and stuff like that, it would be me and Carlan, and he used to look how free they look and stuff like that, and he'd give me nickname like him started calling me Penny Hipney and stuff like that, because when I beat him, give me that, and I say, give me chopper. But I learned so much through his suffering. It was kind of incredible journey, and how you acquire things going through life and what those lessons teach you. So even in professional life after, when you see people behave a certain way to other people, you can actually step in and say no, because you have been there, you have seen that, and you can relate to people on different levels. Powerful experience, And it helped big time, like, being in the police force in Jamaica, which I was forced into, which is another matter, and being it here in the United States, and it gives you that kind of balance, when you walked into somewhere, there was this respect without you even saying a word. People look up to you as the leader. If something was going wrong, they'd come to you, and I was an officer in Miami before I got promoted, and people come over and they say, Major, they're doing this and that and that. I'm saying, I'm just an officer. They say, oh, you behave like the Major, we'd go on course, and I said, boy, this brother sound like the director for the department. Because you acquire that type of, knowledge and skill set by being a real person, being in a real situation, growing up in the ghetto, seeing the suffering, people lose their life through political violence, who got their house burned down, was in all of that, They make you into this person.
And that's why your poems them sound to, like something where you see and you experience, them sound live, real life.
Yes, because it's real messages, they can minister to them. I remember reading one on the University of Miami. I was still living in Jamaica, then I came up here and I read down there. And I was somewhere, and this white lady walked up to me and she said, "You're Malachi Smith." And she said, "Oh my God, I saw you read." And she said, "What do you do outside?" I was still, I just said, "No, you must only read your poetry. You're supposed to get paid for it. That's all you're supposed to do." Yes. So it's a calling, it's a mission. I enjoy doing it enormously, and I love to entertain in addition to taking my audience journeys too. Because, Malachi is more than one dimensional.
Oh, yes.
For argument's sake, I can read standard poetry, but I always say, never born with a spear, so I'm not going to shake one. So I'm not Shakespeare.
Yes.
My poems don't march left, right, left, right, left, right. I don't do the iambic pentameters like spoken word artists, for argument's sake. My poems, are deliberate. We have our stops or breaks or starts or jumps or leaps. So I don't do left, right, left, right, left, right, stretch and stretch, stretch. No.
Okay.
That's not Malachi. So I can read a quiet piece of poetry. I can be on fire. I can be preaching, and then I can be making love. Poets love to fall in love, to play with love, and stuff like that. So all of that is tied up into Malachi. I can say mischievous sometimes. I remember being with Poets in Unity, and we're doing a big a big show at CAS, no, UTech, University of Technology. And there was this little group, Rankin, Junior Rankin and Papa Finnegan.
Yeah.
They were like a June and Michigan and Smiley, but they had a whole bunch of energy. So they would jump all over the stage and prance. So when one of them landed, I don't remember which one of them, they tore out a huge hole in the stage. So when my group went up to perform now, and we're doing this poem, Victim, right? Which is my poem, so I'd lead on it. And I just started looking at the hole, and I just jumped down at the hole and lay down. The place catch a fire. Because everybody is looking, where's Malachi and like Tamlin, Ellis and Woplake? I said, get up. And I'm here dead with laugh while saying the poem. So that was the mischief in me, So, I like being mischievous, And my wife, before I got married, she always said that one of the things that she liked about me, I was just different from the other guys. Now was make her laugh, because I'm kind of mischievous, Get a tickler and she just say, stop it, and stuff like that. Just little things that you do, So Malachi is all of that, serious, mischievous, realist, humanitarian, care deeply about people, really love my people, straight up, no if and about that.
True.
When it comes to like children and women, I care deeply and passionately about them. Will do anything to lift up my black woman, to celebrate them 24/7. That is me, and that is my mission. And I try to do it, through my poetry, to lift up my people. And I want to say that I would say me and all Jamaicans are family, the good, bad, and indifferent. And I think if we start taking that tack too, we'll start reach some of the, you want to say, dog heart individuals.
Yes.
Who you feel like you cannot reach. We'll start probably show them that type of love and kinship. It sometimes turns. It's hard enough. It's a journey. It's a mission. So you're not just gonna do it overnight. But if you're genuine, you'll find people warm to you. I remember a couple of years ago, I went to Jamaica, and I usually go down with this group and we do charity work every year. Give a scholarship, carry some medical supplies and things for hospitals, the whole 9 yards. And we were in St. Anne, up in the hills, where there is community, and I guess some squatter lands and stuff like that. So I saw a group of younger males, in a yard, congregating, smoking them stuff, and some stop and say, greetings, and everybody kind of look, what this guy, So I said, no, I mean Malachi, man, the poet, man, original poet. And everybody, I just light up, I just walk inside, everybody just surround me, we had that nice little reasoning, seize the moment for tell them, say, don't just waste this young years, invest in yourself, go school, if not in school, deal with the schooling right, be respectful, hold a certain medication, upward mobility is key, contribute to development of your people and your community. And name said, yes, boss, give thanks for the reasoning,
That's what I tell you, your name stand out after Muta than all of the other poets that you mentioned earlier in the conversation.
I give thanks.
Yeah,
I give thanks.
Because I am, I do photography sometime at the IRAM Awards. And
yes,
I remember your name usually be up
Martin.
in the awards. Yeah, the same Martin Award turned to IRAM.
Yes.
And your name always mentioned, I think, in most, I think it was in one of the some special awards they gave.
Well, I won a special award one year, yes. For community service or something like that.
Yeah, man, I remember that, man. So
yes, because here I'm very involved too, and even though I live here in the US, I'm very much in touch with back home. Still have brothers down there,
true.
Lot of relatives. Still have a home down there, the whole 9 yards. My neighbor's string plant down there, right? And then a grand mango tree. That's why I love mango so much. straight up. So I'm very much a part of there. Also, I'm very much a part of my Africanness, because when I do my DNA, it's like half of me is straight from there,
Yes.
from Nigeria and the Bantu region and Cameroon and all of them stuff there. So it's real, it's real. Yeah, yes, so I love lift up my people.
I know 2020 is hard for everybody, and you release a CD in 2020.
Album, yes.
Album, yeah. Well, you have to say CD now because
right,
CD albums, we call them CD albums.
True.
But we know you never get for promote it because of this pandemic. Right?
Exactly.
You have plans to do it after all of this over.
Well, I've been trying creatively. I did a launch last Sunday with a limited audience, a mixed media, in that it was live on Facebook and Ira Times TV, Junior Ride outfit.
Yeah.
So I did that. I've been getting positive response. A number of disc jockeys in the UK have reached out to me since it came out. Okay. Had some response from Jamaica too. So I've been sending it to them. It's getting good rotation here in South Florida. So I always say I give thanks. Is a reason why all of this is happening now. I know that in the US in particular, we have done. Leadership has done a terrible job with mixed messaging, and a lot of people are losing their lives, including people that I know personally in the flesh. Jamaicans and others. People like you'd call like family.
Yes.
I remember calling one of them and I spoke to him and he was like, Malachi, I'm in the hospital and them have me isolated, but I think I'm gonna be okay. The next day I heard that the man was on ventilator 2 days after I was gone. So it's real. One of my neighbor and they're Haitian, his son-in-law, young strapping man, went back to work during it and he managed a club. Somehow he caught it. One morning, my wife went outside and she was like, "Guess who died?" And she was like, "Mr. Michel's son-in-law." Are you serious? I'm talking about young, physically fit, strapping man used to be in the backyard, a swim and punching bag. So it's real. So all of those things time to, but it's a reason. It's a cycle. I don't want to say this too. Shall pass, but it's for a reason.
All of this shall pass, man. You're absolutely right. The reason why I asked about the CD, because I know at this stage of the game, this is when people start reach out to we call it. I call you guys senior artists, so all artists, senior artists, because people wants to make sure so that them have all of your senior artists collectibles and materials, because the older them, it's like wine. They say, the older the wine, the better it is.
Yes, man.
And
vintage.
yeah. And I know, friends will talk about, music. All artists at this time, they're getting a raw deal. They're getting a raw deal. Yeah,
we are. It's been happening for a while, more so than ever.
Oh yes. Now you see how poor artists are. This just show you how poor artists are. A guy said,
I am telling you, my brother, because
I have a friend named Gunter, who's a comedian, and Gunter said, "Boy, Gunter now laugh him. Say if I wasn't working, I would be a dead man, because comedy don't make money, If you notice, all comedians who are even American comedians, they go out of that too, Yeah,
but it's interesting that you say that. I remember a couple months ago, Judith Falloon-Reid, great woman, she arranged a online telethon to actually raise funds for religious artists in Jamaica who were struggling big time because of the pandemic, or it hit them and no work. And we actually raised a nice little sum online, and I think she split it in 5, something like that. So each person got an equal amount, which is good because it's real, and it's important. The point that you make about what a number of artists go through. That yes, there's a lot of glamour out there, right? And people will say, boy, Malachi out the boy, Malachi make big time money and so and so. But a lot of people don't realize the reality of it. Our people have a thing about them. And I've heard this years ago, like you go Barbados and everybody in the evening would buy a star, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Jamaica, a man buy one star, everybody want to read it. Nobody else not buy no more.
Yeah,
some man will actually want to borrow your CD and go burn it instead of buying one.
That's true. True.
So we have that type of situation where our people really don't really tend to support the artists per se. The younger ones probably do now more, in their pop culture genre. But the average one, they'll tell you, and when you meet them as man who know, singers and DJs and what have you, and their reality, it's not nice.
No, sir.
It look pretty out there when you go online and you look them up but the reality, a number of them are hurting.
Of course, yeah. I work in the business for a while, and I've seen it, especially putting a show together and take them on the road is one of the hardest things to get bookings in a club. Because some club, they want to make sure, say, once you bring in that artist, can this artist fill the seat? Can they fill this capacity at 500 people and things like that? And sometimes they have to use other opening act in order to help.
Yes. Yes. And say, for argument's sake, I remember hearing Winston McIntosh doing an interview when I came down there on TV. I think it was like maybe a year and a so ago. And we're saying, like, for argument's sake, in France now, you have like, say, 4 different circuits for performers, right? So you'd have, say, like a amateur level, and they have their ardent supporters. Then you have a little more, you have this, and you have all the way up to the big guys. But the society is so stratified and structured that all of them are able to survive within there. In addition to that, remember that we are from a culture where if you don't get validated from, say, other people, our people tend not to come and stream, for the most part. They might, you will say the wagonist then.
You know about.
Bob Marley was there. Bob Marley was there for years. And it was, we just a singer, man, dreadlocks, a smoke ganja, But once, the rest of the world started saying, "What? This is gold."
Is when Bob Marley opened for what's his name, Johnny
Commodores?
No, not the Commodores. Johnny Nash. Johnny Nash.
That's why he did a lot for reggae.
That's when them start recognize Bob Marley, when he opened up for Johnny Nash, and then
true.
And then he killed the Commodores after that.
Right. When he died, I remember exactly where I was when the news flash came on,
Yeah.
I was at Papine police station. Because they had opened up the station when they killed Magian.
Yeah.
And they just rushed some of us up there and opened up that station. I remember, sitting on a bench outside in front of the guard room. And when the news flash came over, and I can never forget it. I'll never forget this young police officer said, "My old dirty Rasta boy." And I said, "What you said?" I said, "What have you ever done for your people and your country who know you?"
Yeah.
The man has earned the respect in doing what he has done for our country and our music. So who dare you? And I took him to task.
Yeah, man.
Took him to task. So there are a number of us who were, trapped in that headspace of, putting down our artists until, as I say, they get validated from outside. And then we become,
There's a question for you from the chat room, and they want to ask him about the Jamaican School project by poets.
Awesome!
Yeah,
I am happy to report that that project, which is very started out with literally a vision that kept on recurring, that I needed to go down there and I needed to go tour the entire island and take my poetry to the students. Okay. So I did it solo the first year. I had to go down there to a wedding and end up calling like 6 calls, and someone, Hope Blake, who is an excellent Jamaican fashion designer in New York, they're big time. She knew I was down there and she called me up and said, come to this party. And I went, and the party was going on uptown, and then she said, well, Malachi Smith is in Canada, sit down at the place and I'll do a poem. So after I finished, this female started quizzing me. It was like a reporter.
Yes.
So why are you here? How did you come down? Why didn't you come to Campion? So I'm like, I don't know anybody at Campion. And everybody started laughing, and I said, she's a principal at Campion. So she said, you have to come to Campion before you go. So I went to Campion. Well, the next year, I reached out to, just about all the poets that I know down there. And, everybody that started coming online. We had a phenomenal tour. We did it for 2 weeks, and we went back last year. Phenomenal. It has grown exponentially. We did a workshop. The University of the West Indies loved the mission. They came on board the Department of Literature and English, Dr. Rachel Moserwood, and her crew. We actually hosted a free workshop at UWI. And one of the reasons, people saying you can't do things free because don't. I said no. I'm aware of my country, and I know a lot of people don't make progress because of lack of opportunity. We tend to have a lot of gatekeepers. I wanted it to be of such that persons could come and actually learn in real time how to better their craft, open doors. So out of that, we did the workshop there. Out of the tour, Campion started a writing group. I know a writing group started at Michael. When we did Mannings, they were very excited too. So last year, we even went into jungle, into Rima, to an elementary school. A beautiful sister down there has these set of kids that she cares for Philippa. She cares for them like it would be your own children. You see, she feeding them and making sure they're okay. And we went and we read for them down there. We went all the way to Mannings in Westmoreland. We went Brownstone, and this year, because it usually is the first 2 weeks in November. But because of COVID, this year we had to put it on pause. I was thinking of developing it in a way where we'd start publishing an anthology with the poets, annually. Encourage students to get their copies, read and start. Because again, the arts can be a way of expressing yourself. It can help with conflict resolution, understanding your inner thoughts and emotions more. So instead of say, you're going to take up a gun and do a boy something, you can probably use words and fight your battle for argument's sake. I know Wise Word has a nice poem that deals with stuff like that. And when you mentioned that, when I remember we went to a particular high school and the children were misbehaving so badly, the teacher was having a warm time handling them. I'm telling you, I was like shocked, And I remember Wise Word and this other Rastafarian poet, when they started talking to the kids and reasoning them and say, you guys know where you are, you're in school. We are here to learn. The teacher is doing our best. And when they started giving them the inspirational poetry, Charles Bobosana, man, you should see those kids come alive.
Yes,
The eyes were opening up. It was a new dawn, a new beginning. So that is one of the magic of poetry. I've one of the female poets out there who's doing exceptionally well now. And the first year she came on the tour, she struggled to say read 2 poems in front of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
No, she has gone international.
Wonderful.
It has given her the legs and the confidence. So, that's what the tour is all about. I was very high on it. And by the grace of the Father, we know that next year we're going to be back and it's going to be bigger and better. And we encourage, entities within the society, to get involved, because that's the only way you can create the opportunity and you can break through, break the stalemate, tear down some of the barriers, the physical constructs, where if you're not privileged to certain things at certain age, then you can't do certain things. We don't want to eliminate that. We want it to be a society where there are opportunities. If you can write or you want to write, come to this workshop and learn something. You don't have to worry about paying or anything. Just come. We have lunch for you. We have refreshment, and we thank the sponsors who come on board and help us with stuff like that,
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. But before we leave with you, we want you to give us a poem.
Right. Can I give you 2?
Go ahead. Give us 2.
Do we have time?
Yeah, man. Give us 2. Give us 2.
I wrote this poem election night, U.S. election night, right? When I see the shenanigans that were taking place. So I was thinking of the virus, 19 and the whole 9 years. I know people literally have morphed into virus, We're alive and we're dead at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
So it came to me. Virus. We're at a place where a bus is halfway down the precipice and we cheer the monger on. We're at a place where the bay dies, the stench of dead fishes and nature is all right for we're rolling in dough while puffing Cuban cigars. We're at a place where we worship idols while dressed in chic garments, skin and scripture, sin and righteousness. We're at a place where public discourse is a fart in a face. The Second Amendment is tissue. The First Amendment stolen while Congress is in session. We're at a place where there is no light. There is no stop sign. There is no kill switch. Trains and planes, buses and cars, pedestrians and animals crash. Total gridlock. We're at a place, a vile place, a dread place, a wretched place. We're at Milton's place. We're all dead. We're all alive. We're all viruses. So that's it. Now I'm going to do a little dub piece. One of my favorite poems, How You Make a Master God, which is basically coming to Jamaica asking God how you make the female, right?
Okay.
Put down a yard without a plan. Just taking a break from a situation. Had no conceived intention until a royal rose apple forced my hand. Her royal highness firm in her Nubian skin, standing in her rosemary bush garden, gleaming whole in the sun in her hair. Her glory shining everywhere like an African rainbow caressing a mountain peak. Had to rise to the occasion before I speak. How you make her master, God? For this visitation, I am glad. And Megan Vanilla, Master God, reveal our secrets, I want her bad. I go and paint her across the sky, right below, Master God, I, for protection, night and day, keep the predators at bay. How you make her, Master God? What you put in her, Master God? She had all of Queen Isis' secrets. Athena couldn't match her wits. Dazzling me with her magic wand. Wonder should I dip or should I stand? She calculated me before I spoke. Said her love was no joke. Won't compete with anyone if you are taken. Move along, try to walk away, but my heart wasn't leaving. Put my foot in that gear and my heart starts seizing. Your Highness, I proposed, strip me of my fleshy robes, dip me in your mineral springs, wash away my transgressions and sins, close the doors, lock the window. I am committing to you forever. Let me glow like the banks of the Zambezi. Nubian princess, never leave me. Comes what may I do. She said, take my hand, I feel the same way too. I go and paint her across the sky. Right. So God, I for protection night and day keep the predators at bay. What you make a master God? What you put in a master God? And not mega and vanilla master God. Yes.
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Flavius, are you there with me?
Yeah, man. I think we have to ask Malachi
to come back. Yeah,
I think we have to ask Malachi to come back and give us some more poems.
We have to make you come back,
because
Malachi.
Today was mostly talk.
Yeah.
Definitely. I shall send you the album too, so you can listen and you can share with your audience, and I really appreciate it. Again, I said I was very impressed with the quality of the programming. Keep it up. Love standards. I love quality. They always say. But the first thing I learned when I went to the police academy in Jamaica was a sign I saw over the barracks inspector's office where it said, "First impression is lasting. We don't want excuse, we want results." Keep it up. Beautiful.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I give thanks every time.
Our listeners, Malachi Smith, the one and only. Thank you very much.
We'll be back.
He will be back. We're bringing you back, Malachi. So we're gonna book you. We're gonna make Courtney book you for next what you call it, Flavius? Next year, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Anytime.
January,
January, because
anytime. Enjoyed it enormously, and thanks to all the people tuned in online.
And I thank you for finally, hearing the voice. I don't meet you in flesh yet, but thank you for finally hearing the voice, because
yes, man, that too shall come to pass.
I said, boy, back then I used to, hear Muta and I hear all of them. And then you just bust out of the pack. You just bust out of the pack, and become, one of the icons in a poetry. Thank you very much, my brother.
Every time I give thanks. Listen.
All right, stay safe here. Okay. You and the family. And
you too.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
All Jamaicans, stay safe, please. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Have a good Thanksgiving. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So Flavius, with that, we come to the end. We come to the end today of another Real Stuff podcast, and it was really riveting today. I mean, the chef walked us through, the different way how to prepare your chicken, your duck, your turkey, your fish, everything for Thanksgiving, and the different stuffings that you can use, etc. And of course, you just heard Malachi Smith. To me, he was always one of the best out of Jamaica. I've heard a lot of them, but when this brethren, when you listen to him poems, it coming like, you see, I come from West Kingston, so I know when people are sing and are write poems, they are writing about experiences they have either seen or it happened to them, and that's how this man is. So with that, we thank you for taking time out of your schedule today. Whatever you're going to do today, I know it's Thanksgiving for those of you in the US. Enjoy it. For those of you in Canada lockdown. So stay indoors and do what you can do as best as possible. England, the same way. Those in the Caribbean, you know what you got to do. Stay safe and, take care of each one and love each one. Flavius. We're going to ask Queen Lubafu to take us out with our Father in the Garifuna language. Go through.
Wonderful morning. Yeah, it has been a wonderful morning. Yes.
You lead us so full. You belong the way I was. Ajuguala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sumpula. Lida Mua, Lida Sumpula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Shorty I cleave her eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play you, but soon you're gonna see the light
Well,
of day.
unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take